So moving forward on the analyst speak, the key analysts Gartner and Forrester, as you've seen in the slide, talk about how specifically when you go around a decade back, most of our devices would be actually being owned by the enterprise segment. That is, the corporate itself would give us the devices, and the typical BlackBerries where the encryption standards are pretty high, the kind of applications being leveraged are low. Typically a phone is more used towards sending secure emails kind of thing. But however, today with the BYOD, bring your own device standard, which has come into perception, and which it has come into actually existence, today every person, every single employee would have a different device, whether it's an Android, iOS, BlackBerry, and couple of other new operating systems which are being given birth in the mobile space, actually makes it pretty difficult for any corporate to govern the security policies on it. At the max, you would have a typical 4-digit PIN for a particular thing to access your email, which can also be circumvented by using different application settings in terms of you can still unlock the device for the next 15-20 minutes. If you don't, it gets locked only after 15 to 20 minutes, say max 15 minutes in an iPhone. So that itself brings into a lot of existence in the security world for the vulnerabilities in terms of when you leave the device unopened or unattended. Definitely people would have an understanding of what are the different types of emails you send, what's the corporate stuff. So basically it's more of like testing this would be a little difficult because physically the data is available with us, it is on the go, and in terms of specific challenges exist, like you would specifically know where is he available right now, what is he doing, what are the sensors available. The gyro sensors of a particular phone can also be tapped upon. If you have an app which is malicious, or if you have an app which can pose an entry into your device, which we can specifically talk about in the next coming slides. But however, the ownership of the device and the data which resides is also calls for the privacy standards currently, which has to be taken care of in a compromised device. So, and as I said, as there are plethora of devices, different operating systems, specifically if you take an iOS or an Android, it's still getting better and better today in the security world, but we never know. A new operating system can always bring up a lot of things, particularly with emergence of iOS 7. There are so many things which can be brought into table, which would be looked upon for specific vulnerabilities. So in terms of, as you see, the summing up of this is that due to the convergence of the media to mobile, where the mobile is not specifically used for a phone or a phone call, it can does a lot of things. You have social media convergence, which actually gets into a situation where all the social data of yours can be hooked up from the corporate data. So there is no specific in terms of you can't draw a definite line in between a personal data and a corporate data, which actually brings a lot of problems to the corporate governance in terms of posing a security to the mobile device itself. So having said this, I've summarized the analyst speak in that that gives a lot of things into perspective, that why mobile application security is very much required. So setting that tone, I would move to the next slide.